game like this, I don't think they're going to be tired just from the warm-ups. They're all so amped and so happy and thrilled to perform in front of their fans one last time. There is going to be plenty of dunks in this game. I guarantee you that.
Last year went without a single dunk, so I especially am super excited to see this one go down.
Last year was an off year for dunks, but this year it's like they've assembled the perfect two squads for it, and we should be okay.
So Jerry Owens is going to take care of the introductions, get you your starters, and then we'll take it from there for the tip.
All-Star game sponsored by Centralia College and the Daily Chronicle. We appreciate every year they're doing this. Lots of fun, lots of talent. At the halftime of the men's game, there will be a three-point shootout as well, and at the end of the game, an MVP award will be given. Introducing the team in gold from Morton White Pass, number 2, Braden Elledge. And from Morton White Pass, number 22, Gage Leclerc. From Tumwater, number 34, Weston Vandenhazel. And from Adna, number 20, Garrett Trotter will be starting. Tumwater, 21, Spencer Dowers. And from Tumwater, number 24, Jacob Gibbons. And North Thurston, number 32, Wes Reynolds. And River Ridge, number 33, Isaiah Scott. And they are coached by Centralia College assistant coach, former coach, Mr. Dave Klovedal. And the team in white from Centralia, number 4, Dieter Vopberg. Tudor Lakes, number 5, Radley Reisner. WFS, number 22, Adam Swartz. And the starters from River Ridge, number 1, LeBrandon Price. Morton White Pass, number 2, Caleb Poquette. Number 3, from Centralia, Christian Peters. From Mossy Rock, 21, Jaron Kirkley. And Centralia's number 24, Nolan Wasson. And they were being coached by former men's coach here at the college, currently athletic director, Mr. Bob Peters.
Thank you, Jerry Owens, for the introductions. And speaking of Bob Peters, that's something interesting. In the senior all-star game, Aaron, Bob Peters gets to coach his son, Christian. What must that be like?
I don't know. He must have pulled some real big strings to get that set up. That's going to be kind of a fun angle for this. I mean, Christian's obviously been shooting in this gym since he was old enough to walk. He's a pretty good shooter as it is, but playing this is his home court, so that's going to be kind of cool.
So for the tip, it's looking like Jaron Kirkley going up against Wes Reynolds, 2 very athletic individuals. Jaron Kirkley kind of taking a Cinderella team to the state finals and getting second place in the 2Bs.
He had a great regular season, and then he topped it off. He upped everything in the playoffs, and here he goes up the court. Look at him go.
LeBrandon Price kicks it to Nolan Wasson. Driving baseline, he goes up and in. The nice left side layup.
That was very nice.
Coming up the court is Spencer Dowers. Kicks it to Jacob Gibbons. Finds Garrett Trotter of Adna. Kicking it back to Dowers. Right corner there is Gibbons. And there is Wes Reynolds, almost has it knocked away by Kirkley. And he throws the ball away. Jacob Gibbons not ready for that pass, going the other way.
Well, no surprise. They're playing it kind of fast and loose in this one. That's what it's all about here at the All-Star game.
And, I mean, especially you talk about in the first half, there's a lot of jitters to get out maybe. And then we'll really see the exhibition going on in the second half.
There's jitters, and you got to remember these kids have never played together before, so there's just going to be a lot of taking a dribble and firing it up, and that's what we're here to see.
And that's what we saw with LeBrandon Price there. Air balls that jumper. There is Gibbons that time being ready for the pass. Three-point attempt off the mark. Almost rebounded by Wes Reynolds, but Poquette slaps it away. Christian Peters crosses the timeline. Surveys the floor.
I really thought he was just going to pull up right there.
One thing that I've heard from Bob is he's never seen a shot he doesn't like. And Caleb Poquette, the same might be the same true for him as he misses that left wing three.
I've seen them both play, and I've never seen either one of them take a shot they didn't think they were going to make.
Nice layup there from Isaiah Scott of the goal team, and it's knotted up 2-2.
Speedy move to the hoop by the River Ridge product.
LeBrandon Price finds Kirkley. Kirkley for three. Short little pull up, and it's off the back iron. Here is Garrett Trotter, who was almost running the break. Deep three-pointer up and in. That's Isaiah Scott. So he's setting the tone already. Even if we haven't seen a dunk yet, we're starting to see some long-range shooting. Jaron Kirkley in the post. He's able to knock, who is that, Spencer Dowers aside, and gets the easy look. And here's Dowers trying to fire right back. Kicks it to Wes Reynolds, who almost gets it up and in, but he gets the foul call. So an opportunity to tie it up and take the lead.
And at this intermission here, it might be a good time to recognize our officials. We've got Daniel Kelly, Joe Blazer, and I'm not sure who the gentleman on the far side is there, but they've all donated their time to officiate this contest.
And as the second free throw goes in, it's cool to see Joe Blazer out here, somebody who has been reffing for a couple of years now, but he's really risen through the ranks, and now he's one of the really solid varsity officials. It's good to see young talent, not talking about the basketball players, but it's good to see young talent officiating as well.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to see kids giving back like that.
Caleb Poquette, nice. Behind the back pass, just gets it swatted away. That is Jacob Gibbons showing Nolan Wasson who the real 24 is on the court.
He just ate no one's lunch for him right there.
Just nasty. Wasson inbounds to Peters. Peters, crossover, kicks it to his teammate. I guess you could say former teammate now, Wasson. In transition, rim
we've
check.
got our first
Isaiah
attempted
Scott.
dunk of the night. Not going to get it done with that, though.
Hey, he hit the deep three, so we'll let that one slide. Poquette trying to find Kirkley inside. Kicking it to Nolan Wasson. Inside, tries to find LeBrandon Price, who loses the basketball. That's okay. Kirkley's there to pick it up. Kirkley takes the contact, and good thing they called that foul on the fadeaway. So thus far, I mean, you talk about all-star games, you don't expect to see a lot of defense, but we're seeing some thus far.
A little bit. They'll tucker themselves out from that here in a minute.
Kirkley, so solid as he rattles in the free throw.
Kirkley can shoot the free throws. He's put in a ton of time doing that. And, as you saw down the stretch from Montserrat, when they were in foul situations at the end, that was the guy they wanted to get the ball into.
What was that, in the semifinal, that he hit like 8 free throws in the final quarter to seal it for Mossy?
10 or 12 in the game and something like, 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter. He knows what he's doing.
So solid. Here is Isaiah Scott, another deep three, and he hits it. He may have got that. He may have got stuffed by the rim, but I tell you what.
Yeah, maybe he should just stay out there. He's doing pretty well.
Inside, there's LeBrandon Price off the sick feed from Jaron Kirkley. Going inside, taking the contact, kicking out for a right corner three, no good. From Jacob Gibbons, 6'3" wing out of Tumwater.
Oh, nice spin move there, too, on the break.
LeBrandon Price, great move, trying to get it to Wasson, but Poquette was driving in, a little bit of miscommunication, and going the other way. So, neither team has really pulled away or shown a sign of pulling away. 9-8, the gold team leads it. Another deep three. That was just a heat check more than anything.
I think they saw that one coming a little bit.
Garrett Trotter gets the offensive board, puts it back in.
Trotter, the garbage man.
Nice lunch pail.
You know, he plays with a lot of grit, a lot of determination, just a real blue-collar player.
Right elbow jumper from Nolan Watson, no good. He hasn't been able to find his rhythm yet, besides scoring the first basket of the game. Here is Wes Reynolds kicking it to Isaiah Scott. Nice layup up and in on the left side. Get that extension with the left hand and block out the defender with your body, and if you can finish that shot, it's unstoppable.
And Scott's got 8 points.
Caleb Poquette almost breaking the ankles of Wes Reynolds. Kicks it to Kirkley, who's going to be so solid on that. Right elbow jumper. Here's Isaiah Scott. Stops, was thinking about it. Looks like we're going to have a platoon swap here for the white team as Wes Reynolds coming in and scoring on the left side. Here's Poquette. Picks up a little bit of speed, full head of steam, but not able to finish on the layup. So here is Reynolds. Three-pointer, and nothing but net for Jacob Gimmons. LeBrandon Price kicks it up ahead to Poquette. To Peters, right wing. Deep three from Peters off the front iron.
I bet he shoots one from further than that before this game's over.
Peters ends back up with it. Kicks it to Nolan Wasson. And there's LeBrandon Price. One crossover, and the jumper is off the mark. Going the other way, a little bit sloppy. Going to wait for everyone to get back. And here's Isaiah Scott. His three-pointer once more. He's looking for that MVP title right away.
He really wants that monogram basketball to take home and hang above the fridge or whatever.
Say what you want. That thing looks sweet. Caleb Poquette loses it going up. And Joe Blazer on the call, saying it stays right there. So, white team, we have Dieter Votberg, Radley Risner, and Adam Schwartz checking in. And for the gold team, let's see, get a roll call here. Braden Elledge, Gage Leclerc from MWP, and the 6'10 Weston Vandenhazel. So with him being able to get up there so easy, you'd expect him to get a dunk or two. Going up, Wes Reynolds, a little bit overzealous, wasn't able to quite calculate where the ball was going. Braden Elledge picks his former teammate Poquette.
He knows his moves pretty well. He should after all these years.
Here's Weston Vandenhazel against Schwartz. Nice post hook, easy, smooth up and in. So the 6'10 Vandenhazel against the 6'7 Schwartz, that's a mismatch you can't really stop. So here is Radley Risner. Ooh, Peters so close to getting an over the back call. Or excuse me, over and back call. Schwartz deep three, air ball.
Nothing on it.
You know, you got to expect a lot of those kids will try that in this one.
Oh, in this game, why not?
What was it? You had a tweet earlier today, Aaron, that was that no one really remembers what the final score is, but they will remember if you drop 40, which is what Isaiah Scott's trying to do right now.
Read my tweet, and
he's going for it.
He's going nuts.
Poquette takes the screen from Schwartz.
13 points already for Isaiah Scott, and we're 8 minutes in.
Poquette driving up,
Poquette's on the board.
A nice take from Poquette as he goes right and takes it left.
Would you call that a strong take or more of a hot take?
You know, we'll go with the hot take. It was fancy, nice finesse move. 25-12, the gold team's leading it right now with 11:55 remaining in the first half.
Nice
Braden Elledge just goes from left post to right post and gets the nice reverse layup to go. Adam Schwartz with the pump fake. Peters. There's former teammate Dieter Votberg on the roll, and Weston Vandenhazel almost gets the block, but Votberg could have cashed in there. There's Leclerc, an MWP product. Braden Elledge driving in, kicks it to Vandenhazel, who kicks it back out to Isaiah Scott.
Oh, no, he's missed 2 in a row.
Yeah, no, that's
He's
trouble.
gone cold.
Wes Reynolds knocks the layup in off the offensive board.
The gold team is just hammering him at this point.
Poquette going up and
Nice move.
beautiful cradle on the double clutch, puts it in. So some exciting basketball thus far.
But still no
Ellis gives it
dunks.
to Leclerc. Yeah, no dunks yet, but some great defense, but some great plays being made through the defense as Leclerc finishes with the right hand. Poquette crosses the timeline. Pulls up for 3 off the mark. Wes Reynolds had that one scouted. Here's Isaiah Scott. Stops and still keeps it. Still keeps the ball and almost is able to get it to go with the right hand, but misjudges where the rim's at.
Yeah, he got some pretty nifty dribbling in there, even if he didn't finish it.
Christian Peters fires away. No good. Dieter Vogtberg fires away. Right side of the rim, and Peters not able to get the board. Going the other way. Reynolds. Pull-up jumper from just inside the arc. That's good. Reynolds was one of those kids we saw in warm-ups really
He was
slamming the
hammering him
basketball.
down.
Here's Christian Peters. Putting his back to the basket, and his post move is off, and the putback attempt is off as well. Wes Reynolds gives that one up. Here's Poquette, but the pass is a little bit too long, and we missed our first opportunity to see that jam.
I hope we get a couple more shots at it. I'm going to be really disappointed if we don't see a single one.
Jaron Kirkley and LeBrandon Price check in for the white team. And Elledge brings the ball up the floor. Pulls up for 3. There's Elledge off the front iron. Got a nice looking jumper, gets a lot of elevation on it. Adam Schwartz drives in. Here's a 3-point attempt. No good from Radley Risner out of Tudor Lake. Dieter loses it.
Just gets away from Dieter there,
From everything I've heard about Dieter Vogtberg and his style of play, he's just an endless motor. And
No, he's always going.
Yeah,
And he
at
kind
all
of had to
times.
be on this Charlie team this year where they very rarely subbed. And Dieter always trying to do the tough defensive assignments.
And even despite being blocked by Adam Schwartz, Isaiah Scott puts enough on it to get it to go. So Scott add another field goal to the tally.
He's up to 15 already.
Schwartz kicks it to Vogtberg, right wing. He'll take it, and he'll make it.
Dieter gets it.
So Vogtberg with a 3-pointer. Here's Wes Reynolds. Like to see another feed to Weston Vandenhazel or so, but here's Isaiah Scott. Will take that, and there's the first
there
jam.
it is. Put it down.
Boom shakalaka from Wes Reynolds on the putback. Putback jams are just so sweet.
Scott's going to be over there arguing for an assist on that play.
Jaron Kirkley, his floater from the left block is off. I'm happy now. We can go home.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Dieter Vogtberg, he's running and gets it away from him, but
Solid defense.
Wes Reynolds. Oh, Scott wants to take it on his own, but loses it. And Weston Van Hazel says, that's okay, I'll clean up the mess. Now, Braden Elledge wanted that layup, but Isaiah Scott, I think it's clear to say at this point he wants to go for that trophy, or rather the monogram ball.
He is not letting his last prep game get away from him, not at all.
Here's Braden Elledge. Nice move there, but
Slick
great,
move by Elledge.
great floater from Elledge. Weston Van Hazel was looking right underneath the rim, but Elledge gets it done by himself. Schwartz pulls up, almost has it knocked away by Van Hazel, but his pull-up jumper is no good. So Nolan Wasson checks in for the white team. Garrett Schroeder, Spencer Dowers, and Jacob Gibbons sub in for the gold team. Here is Dowers. Kicks it to Weston. Weston Van Hazel, there it is, and the
Oh,
reverse
another
jam
one.
from the 6'10" big man.
just picks it up on one block, swaps over to the other, and throws it down. Nice move.
Must be nice. LeBrandon Price kicks it to Schwartz. Another guy that is never afraid to take a jumper.
No, he's not. And you know he's pretty effective once he gets it inside too. Big kid like that.
So for the gold team, here's Dowers. Braden Elledge, nice little pass fake, but Dieter Voberg staying right on him, just sticking him. That's Dowers to Elledge. Throwing it up over Kirkley, but the defense got to him. Good hands there from Voberg, but it's going to stay right here, gold ball. We got some substitutions here from Bob Peters. Caleb Poquette and Christian Peters sub in. And do we have Radley Risner coming in too? No, maybe not.
No, he's not
just
in
greeting the people coming to sit down.
He's just hanging out.
Doing his thing. There's Weston Vandenhazel against Jaron Kirkley. I think this might be a mismatch, but Kirkley
knocks it away. That's not a mismatch. Kirkley can guard anybody.
You're going to tell me 6'10" on 6'3" is not a mismatch?
Yeah, I don't mind Kirkley in that matchup. If you got to put somebody 6'3" on him.
Oh, okay. I'll give it to you. Braden Elledge sizing up Caleb Poquette. You know he wants to score on him. Vandenhazel almost finds Garrett Trotter. A little bit too late, though.
Fast break? No.
And
it's barely
pulling up a little bit. There's Jaron Kirkley for three.
There he is.
Off the mark. Weston Vandenhazel, the easy board. Braden Elledge going up.
It's a long shot by Dowers. Vandenhazel with the board, your boy, and Kirkley picks it and knocks it away.
Yeah, Vandenhazel, my boy. The Vandenhazel family, they had a brief stop in Hoquiam. I mean, I was in, elementary school. I believe my freshman year, Mark Vandenhazel, Weston's dad, was the principal over at Hoquiam.
Look at that. Elledge just putting the pump fake on Peters and getting right by him, and then he blows the layup.
Well,
still, he got there.
$1 million move,
that's
nickel finish. That's what it is. LeBrandon Price for three.
Well, he
short.
Didn't need much space. Yeah, Elledge with the rebound.
And Caleb Poquette. There's a late foul call, but it was indeed a foul.
Yeah, Elledge is just playing his butt off out there. He's another guy with one of those motors.
Poquette smacks it away from Elledge.
I think Elledge he's been in the weight room a little bit.
If you want to talk about Elledge, or if you want proof of Elledge having a motor, look no further than his football campaign this year.
He did have a decent football campaign, pretty solid. C2BL MVP, string of 300-plus yard rushing games, all from the kid that looks like a cross between Bart Simpson and Vin Diesel. Heck of a running back.
Yes, an elite running back.
He is an elite running back.
Here's Christian Peters on the pump. There's Caleb Poquette. Nice crossover. And goes.
Turns the corner.
Nice hesitation. Nolan Wasson for three, right wing. Yep.
Wasson got it.
Pure stroke from Wasson.
Somewhere, Kevin Wasson is beaming.
And that somewhere is probably right across the gymnasium.
43. If you listen closely, I'm sure you can hear him.
43-20. 4:45 remaining in this first half. It's been pretty fun thus far. And nice take there from LeBrandon Price. Probably could have knocked it down, or probably could have slammed it down, but has the nice fundamental finger roll. And what a take from Elledge as Weston Vandenhazel feeds him behind or over the shoulder.
Barrels into his buddy Caleb Poquette and finishes and draws the foul, and Poquette's laughing.
You got to laugh that one off.
You got to laugh that one.
I mean, you got a 5'8" guy scoring on your 6'4" frame, and it's a former teammate. just got to laugh it off. You got me on that one. LeBrandon Price to Kirkley. Kirkley sizes Trotter up. Wide open, there's Price,
great dish from Kirkley there too, getting around the defense and swinging it right up the middle of the key.
Baseline drive by Kirkley and the kick to Price for the easy scoop. Here is Gibbons to, is that Garrett Trotter?
Trotter the runner.
Trying to run in the lane and throw it up and can't get the roll on that one. LeBrandon Price Another floater up and in. He seems like he has a great touch on the inside.
He is.
Braden Elledge drives around, finds Weston Van Hazel. Weston didn't even see that one coming, but he gets the fall-away jumper to fall. 47-26, the gold team leads it. White team is starting to string together a few plays, but the gold team just keeps scoring on almost each and every possession. There's a three from Peters, but no good. He wanted that one.
He's saving him for the halftime shootout.
Garrett Trotter
Trotter
against
with the move.
Peters.
Can't get it to go.
A little bit too strong. Driving in, there's LeBrandon Price trying to show Isaiah
Great
Scott
touch.
what's up. A great drive from the right side, finishes on the left with a reverse layup. Here's Garrett Trotter. Kicks
Price
it
has
to
got the
Gibbons.
last 8 points for the white squad.
And Elledge on the drive gets the ball knocked away. He's going to sit down in favor for former MWP teammate Gage Leclerc. Here is Leclerc driving baseline. Kicks it way out to Weston Van Hazel, who throw up a three-pointer. No. Kind of an unorthodox looking jump shot there from Van Hazel.
Well, he's a big guy. His jumpers look different.
Jaron Kirkley, his jumper is no good, but I think a lot of big guys will tell you every post at one point or another wants to play like a guard.
Is that, would you tell me that? You're a pretty big guy.
No, I would tell you that. I
6'7", 6'8", you know?
oh,
Just a giant of a man boy over here.
I'll take 6'5", but
Poquette's got a breakaway.
Poquette. And Wasson
Nice dish.
finishes it nicely. Hey, it's better to take the two than to take the stuff. There's Gage Leclerc for three, and left wing, yep, knocks it in. Caleb Poquette takes the inbound and scoops it to Kirkley, who takes it in. Nice body control from Jaron Kirkley.
So good at just gliding in from 15 feet out in a couple of quick steps. It always looks like he's traveling, but he's not. He just takes big steps.
I've played in quite a few open gyms and such with him, and that kid can finish around the rim better than almost anybody I've played in an open gym with.
He's good. He knows how to get to the hoop.
So some substitutions here for the white team. Dieter Vogtberg, Adam Schwartz checks in, Radley Risner's in. And there's your roll call. Caleb Poquette asking for the screen from Schwartz, driving in. He jams it down on Spencer Dowers.
Just posterized Dowers. Oh, man.
Poquette wanted it. He knew where he was going,
I really hope
and he puts
Matt
it down with a purpose. And jamming right back on the other end, Weston Van Hazel says, don't forget about me. But Poquette with, you're right, an absolute poster. And Schwartz wanted to go for it, but he's blocked by Van Hazel. So very exciting ball game. Nice jump hook.
I think I give Poquette the dunk of the evening so far.
Oh, thus far, I'd agree, definitely.
He picked his spot. He got to the hoop. He threw it down right on top of young Mr. Dowers.
And then on this possession, he shows his playmaking off with a left corner three from Adam Schwartz. Throwing in, there's Weston Van Hazel at the foul line. His jumper's up and in. So we were saying, I mean, yeah, an unorthodox jumper, but it's effective. Releases it at the top of his body. Schwartz is right there to clean up the mess.
The big lefty. Do you look at Schwartz and say that could have been me? Big left-handed guy like that?
You know, probably. No, I don't think I do. But
big lefty goes about 6'7", 6'8", just like you. Oh,
6'8".
nice. Stop and go. Turn around from
Gage
the left.
Leclerc. Can't get it to go,
fall,
but
it was a great move.
Garrett Trotter on the putback attempt. Caleb Poquette from half court. Just barely misses it off the front iron. So, at the end of this first half, the gold team leads it 54-39. Aaron, already in this first half, we've seen quite a bit of showmanship, a few dunks, some deep threes, especially from Isaiah Scott. Would you still say he's the front runner for MVP thus far?
Oh, at this point, yeah. You know, he's just kind of tearing it up out there. There's been some exciting threes, some exciting dunking and inside play, and a little bit of defense, which kind of surprises me. But yeah, I mean, you got to go with Scott's big numbers so far in this one.
dunk of the night so far easily goes to Mr. Caleb Poquette. He
Yes,
receives
Poquette's posterization definitely takes the cake there, although the putback dunk from Wes Reynolds was very impressive as well.
and it really got the show kicked off. I mean, we had a dunk attempt from Isaiah Scott, got checked there, but Wes Reynolds got the excitement going with a nice putback attempt, but Poquette gets the screen from Schwartz and posterizes Spencer Dowers. We're going to have the halftime three-point competition here momentarily. Have some boys warming up. But with the last game, we only saw 4 3-shooters, 4 competitors, when I felt like there's more girls out there that could definitely shoot the 3. I know Sam Woodley can shoot. So it'll probably be the same thing where we only see 4 contenders in this 3-point contest, but there's a lot more than that can shoot in this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you ask any of these kids out there, they'll tell you they could win a 3-point contest on any given day. But, yeah, it looks like we got a couple of pretty good ones out there. The Gibbons kid can shoot it. Christian Peters, he's probably the favorite, as I mentioned earlier. I don't know who else is shooting for him, but, yeah, they should be pretty solid in this first round.
So Gibbons is on the scoreboard as the home team, and Christian Peters is the guest as Gibbons knocks the first one down, but Peters answers right back. So slow start, but
Peters
Gibbons
has got
hits
his
it.
old buddy Nolan Wasson feeding him the ball.
Gibbons thus far, though, is leading it. Hits another. Peters hits one. Peters hits another. It's all tied up. Peters takes the lead with 30 seconds left in this and adds on another one. So 6-5 now, or 7-5. Peters is on a roll, starting to get his shot to fall. As getting some tips there from father Bob Peters, who really wants him to win this one. There's 10, and looks like Peters is going to take this one with 5 seconds remaining. So Peters gets the first round and advances on. Gets it 13-9 as he says count it on the last shot. So Peters takes the first round. We're going to have our second set of contenders. It's going to be Caleb Poquette for the white team, and looks like Gage Leclerc for the gold team.
A couple of East End boys going at it here. This ought to be good.
So 2 Timberwolves going at one another. Aaron, who's your favorite in this?
I don't know. If it was an in-game situation, I'd probably go with Poquette. I don't know. I haven't seen Leclerc just stand around and shoot before. Probably Poquette, though. He's got the experience.
Poquette knocks first one home, Leclerc does not. But Poquette, so far with a 1-0 lead, starting off a little sluggish here. Wow. There we go. Poquette adds another one. I guess. Okay, there we go. We got the correct count now. So Poquette leads us 2-1 at the moment, 3-1, 4-1. Now he's starting to get a stroke going, and he's just knocking them down one after another. Poquette, looks like it's going to be him and Peters in the finals. Firing away. Poquette's hitting, so Peters is going to have some competition for himself. 9-2 with 12 seconds left, 9-3. 10 seconds, 10-4, 11-4, 11-5, and 13, 14. My goodness, just filling it up at the end, and no, 14. But 14-6. Caleb Poquette wins it by a landslide. So it's going to be Peters versus Poquette. This one should be fun, unless they've got more contenders in mind. What it looks like. Looks like they actually will.
Yeah, bringing out everybody. Why not?
Didn't give the girls they had 4 girls, but it looks like they have plenty more where that came from for the boys.
We got Risner and Scott going at it here.
So Isaiah Scott, he hit a lot of deep threes there in the beginning. As Risner knocks it down, so does Scott. Risner starts to take off. 4-1 is the lead for him right now. Scott missing. Maybe he should just back up a little bit. Seemed like he was hitting those deep trays, but he trails 6-3 to Risner. who's starting to knock him down. And he hits another one. 8-4 is the lead. 8-5 for Risner. 8-6 now as Isaiah Scott's starting to catch up a little bit. But Risner knocks another one down. Scott does as well. Scott doesn't as Risner gets a 10-7 lead, 11-7 lead. And it's looking like with 9 seconds remaining, looks like it's going to belong to Risner. So despite the excellent showing from Scott in the first half of game time deep 3 shooting, it's going to be Risner taking the textbook 3 shooting competition. So, it seems like we had Poquette, Peters, and Risner now. They've all finished around the 12-14 mark. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys stack up against each other.
Yeah, Poquette and Risner will move on.
But Peters is in there somewhere as well, right?
I think they just go the top 2.
Oh, I gotcha.
Peters came up just short, and my betting money is gone.
Well, depends on who you bet.
Well, I bet for Peters. Obviously.
So who do you owe?
A gentleman in a big black jacket.
All right, Poquette. Poquette going up against Radley Risner. Poquette knocks it down top of the key. So does Risner. This is not necessarily the things that are the easiest to do play-by-play on.
Yeah, there's kind of 2 things happening at once there. You got to be kind of multifaceted to keep track of both ends of it.
I'll just watch the scoreboard.
Caleb
Poquette leads at 5-2. 32 seconds left. This is the 3-point competition finals. So Poquette firing away. Hits another one. He leads 7-5, 7-6. Risner right on his tail. Risner ties it up. Poquette Radley Risner actually takes the lead. 9-8. 10-8 now. Poquette adds one. Risner adds one. It's 11-10. This is shaping up as that was actually for Poquette right there. It should be tied up at 11. But by my count, actually, Poquette should have won that. They gave him, that's Poquette's. Right, here we go. All right, so Caleb Poquette takes it. He's the 3-point champion here tonight by 1. Wins it 13-12 over Risner. So congratulations to Caleb Poquette, C2BL MVP, and now Senior All-Star Game 3-point champion. Good showing from
I'm sure on the list of all the things Caleb's accomplished in his high school career, this is number 1, without a doubt. Not the 2 state championships or the all-state nods.
Not the
this
undefeated
is the
streak. Yep. No,
when he brings guests over to his home, this is what he shows them first.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So Poquette gets, looks like a little commemorative plaque. So just add it to the trophy case. I'm sure it's pretty barren as it is. And we're going to get set for more all-star action. Get play resumed. At halftime, the gold team leads at 54-39. We saw an impressive showing from Isaiah Scott. He is the points leader right now. How many does he have, Aaron?
I don't know. He's got quite a few. Let's see.
So Scott, I believe he had 15
yeah,
or
I think
so.
I got him with 15, which, my stats might be right. Maybe they're not.
Hey, unofficially, Isaiah Scott has 15 points. So a few deep threes, but also some showmanship from people like Caleb Poquette, Weston Vandenhazel with the dunks, and Wes Reynolds, of course, can't forget him on the putback. And it looks like, instead of a shoot around, we're just going to get it going right away.
No, right. Riker Gronseth is the other official that I couldn't remember earlier. Just so we got that cleared up.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
He's helping out Joe Blazer and Dino Kelly, so.
Wanting to be thorough. Get it all put together.
Better late than never.
54-39. The gold team leads it. Going into the second half, who are you really looking out for, Aaron? Who do you think?
Probably. I don't know. I see Kevin Watson standing up on the opposite side there, so maybe he's stretching his legs, but maybe he's giving Nolan some kind of secret, like, shoot it more kind of code situation.
Lots of offensively talented players here tonight.
I think we still got some big things to come out of Kirkley in this one. I don't know if the white team's going to come back, but
Peters, there he goes. That's his first three-pointer of the ball game after a solid showing in the three-point contest. Here is Dowers handing it to Isaiah Scott, who's picking up right where he left off with another tray. So Isaiah Scott wasn't
18 points now from
wasn't the
Scott.
leader in the three-point competition, but my goodness, is he a game-time shooter?
Yeah, he's an in-game shooter. It takes kind of a different breed of shooter to just stand there and fire up threes in the contest kind of deal.
Nolan Wasson, his jumper is way off.
Well,
maybe due
Kevin
to
gives him bad
hesitation.
advice.
Right corner threes up and in from Jacob Gibbons. It's kind of funny now. We were hearing applause for some of these shots earlier on, but those last two threes were hit to almost complete silence.
Well, the fans expect something more.
Here's Wasson. There he
go.
gets that one to
Hey,
go from
brother.
the top of the key. So here is Isaiah Scott, front runner for MVP at the moment, or one would assume. Wes Reynolds gets it knocked away by Price, but Reynolds.
Oh, he blows the gimme. That'll happen.
Yes, it will, especially in this all-star setting. LeBrandon Price gets it to Poquette. Easy reverse layup for him. Here is Dowers. Spencer Dowers, the 6'2" wing out of Tumwater, kicks it to Isaiah Scott. Another
Back at it.
6-foot guard from River Ridge. So yet another tray for Isaiah Scott. Is he at 20?
He should be 21 now.
So Wasson trying to answer right back off the mark. To inbound, that is Jacob Gibbons, who gives it to Dowers. Isaiah Scott, he is on a roll. Here is Dowers kicking it to Garrett Trotter. He waits his turn, but he blows the layup. Great patience there from Trotter, but not able to get it to go. Christian Peters, no good. Dowers gets it to Wes Reynolds. Nice take from him, and he doesn't blow this one. Nice finger roll from Reynolds. Here's LeBrandon Price. 6'2" guard from River Ridge. He's been quiet so far, but a solid drive there. Not able to get the finish to go.
Yeah, it's a good move. He just kind of lost his footing there at the end and slipped it a little bit.
Isaiah
Man,
Scott
boy.
as he dances down the court after sinking another
that.
deep three. So in this second half, what is he, 4 for 4?
3 for 3. He's up to 24 points.
My goodness.
Solid effort.
Stacking up
And
that
then
many threes
Poquette.
will get you points in a hurry as Poquette shows off his length on the drive. There is Dowers. Scott was just kind of passing by him, wanting the ball again. Can't really blame him.
No,
If you're
you
this
gotta
hot-
feed the hot guy.
If you're this hot, then keep firing away. The only problem with this sort of a thing is, one, these guys haven't played before. There's a deep three from Peters. Looks like it
There
will
he
go, and it
is.
does.
He had about an inch from being out of bounds. He was way out there.
Great look. And Isaiah Scott, oh, heat check for him. Almost hit it in Price's face. And Poquette deep three. So this is what this is turning into at the moment. Kirkley gets it up and in. So nice hustle move from Jaron. Here's Garrett Trotter. Tries to pull the nice move, but Kirkley, he will not be fooled. Great pass from him. Wasson kicks it to Poquette. Kicks it out to Peters. He'll fire away. Off the mark, but Wasson's right there for the board. Price, fadeaway jumper. No good. So here's Wes Reynolds with the rebound. He's running it. Really lengthy body for Wes Reynolds. I mean, geez, his arms are almost at his knees. Oh, as he gets the Finger roll, in and out.
Almost at his knees.
Caleb Poquette driving in, but is stopped by Reynolds. Great spin move there, just didn't have the finish.
You know, that's kind of Poquette's trademark move. I've seen him make that move so many times. Just kind of dart one way and spin the other and get the finger roll in. Doesn't get that one to fall, but, you know, that's kind of his shot.
Very effective there. There's Isaiah Scott taking his jumper inside, and he hits one from just beyond the free throw line. So he's taking this one over.
He is up to 26 points with 15 minutes to go.
It's kind of tough. 70-54 is the gold team's lead. It's kind of tough at this point for anybody else to try to go capture the MVP honors if Isaiah keeps this up.
Oh, yeah, he's tearing it up. He's playing for the winning team. I think it's his to lose right now.
Well put. That is Jacob Gibbons. Gives it to Trotter. Short corner jumper. Can't get the roll. Got a platoon swap for both teams coming up.
Oh.
Nice lob there. Well, kind of a high lob, but Poquette not able to get there.
Has a pretty high opinion of Caleb Poquette, judging by that lob.
Absolutely. I couldn't.
He threw it way up there. Poquette would have had to get a hand probably above the block on the backboard. Anyway, white team's back at it.
And
Poquette
Kirkley.
for a bucket.
Nice feed off of Poquette. Can you imagine a team with those two playing together?
That would be something.
So Kirkley, as far as I know, Kirkley headed to Whitman.
Kirkley is headed to Whitman. I think he's got a scholarship to play there. I think he's got an academic scholarship, actually. He's going to play basketball for him.
Interesting. So great student as well.
Good
Caleb
student,
Poquette.
smart kid, hard
He's headed
worker.
to Lewis and Clark College to play ball there. Gage LeClef hits the three-pointer. He releases it from like kind of short. It looks like he short arms the jumper a little bit, but he's got the stroke. It's pure. 73-56, 13:50 remaining for Brandon Price. No good. Adam Schwartz not able to hold on to the rebound. Gets it knocked away by Gibbons. Braden Elledge sizes it up, pulls up for three. A little too strong. Here's Kirkley. Surveying, looking. Nice crossover. And pull-up jumper from Kirkley. No good, but Schwartz once again going for it. His right-handed post hook, no good. Here is Gage LeClef running it, but is met with some pressure. Isaiah Scott, I mean,
leave him way too open. He comes up
maybe
short.
that was the problem, is he was way too open. Weston Vandenhazel puts it up and in,
Flips it
nice
up
and
there.
easy. Just, it looks effortless for Vandenhazel.
Well, you know, he's not throwing it that far.
Oh, and then he goes back and swats Schwartz, which I've seen that pattern so far this game where Weston will either get a dunk or just a nice look on one end, and Schwartz will want it on the other and gets promptly stuffed. It's hard. It's hard against the 6'10 post. It's difficult. And they're going to...
And Joe Blazer blows his whistle for the first time tonight. Makes an over-the-back call.
Good call, Joe Blazer. Good call.
It was the right call.
Here we are. It's a white team with Dieter Votberg, who has just checked in, along with Adam Schwartz and Radley Risner. Here's Schwartz, right corner. He can't get the post look, but almost gets the three to fall. Kirkley finds Schwartz inside, and Blazer calls it. So there's going to be a foul. Schwartz is going to get a chance to tack on 2 points to the stat sheet. Getting fouled by Vandenhazel. So 75. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can't get the first
75-56.
foul.
The gold team leads it. 12:23 left. Any other scoring totals you got over there?
Nope.
So just keep an eye on Isaiah Scott. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I have nothing to contribute.
Isaiah Scott for three, deep. Well, you know what? I think it's since he went inside and went for that free throw line jumper. He maybe just doesn't have the distance
You
now.
got a taste of the easy buckets.
Gage
Shot by
LeClef
Gage
will do it though,
LeClef.
as he knocks the deep tray home. LeBrandon Price dribbles, looking for teammates. Adam Schwartz, pump fake, jab step, backs it back out to Risner, who will fire away from deep,
It's a
and
long
yes,
shot by Risner.
Kind of the same thing as Seth Airhorn, both those kids. They're very streaky shooters, but once they get going, they can both consistently shoot the ball and deep.
Yeah, it's that Tudor Lake in him.
Dieter Votberg pulls up top of the key. Nothing but net for Dieter Votberg. With a smirk on his face, he sinks it home. Here is Braden Elledge, right wing, with Kirkley on him. Kicks it to Isaiah Scott, who is almost doubled, but LeBrandon Price
here
gets
we go.
it. He's
Hit
going
something.
for it, and he slams it down with the left
Yeah.
hand. Yep, that was a dunk.
He did throw it down.
Well done there from LeBrandon Price. Question is, how long until we see someone try a windmill or something like that? Nice take there from McClef. Not able to get it to go, though. Schwartz gets the board. And no good from Radley Risner. Elledge waits, but Votberg picks him up deep
Scott
from
way
Isaiah Scott.
outside.
Not quite sure why they keep letting him have it, but he's missing it now.
Well, maybe that's why.
Cooling down.
We know something you don't know.
Quite easy to do.
If you could imagine such a
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. Adam Schwartz knocks home the three. Not sure if he's actually hit a two-pointer.
It's an 11-0 run for the white team.
And it's only a 10-point lead for the Gold. 10-12 left in the ball game. Weston Van Hazel waits for a screen from Ross, from Scott rather. And Scott was not ready for the ball. And rattling it up and in, getting the touch is LeBrandon Price and the lucky bounce. Elledge, crossover, pull up Trey, no.
You can't end the drop of the gold team. Your lead is slipping away.
Dieter Votberg apparently thinking Adam Schwartz was 7 foot tall. Caleb Poquette, Christian Peters checking in for the white team.
Yeah, we could have been using some of that Kilgore vertical math, you know.
Yeah, me and my 18-inch vertical. It's an embarrassing number at this point, I know. It has to be. Wes Reynolds. But enough about me.
Well, you make up for your not jumping very high with being really tall.
No, if you can't.
Kind of like a guy that can't read good but can lift heavy stuff, you know.
So I'm Lenny, is what you're saying.
Well, more or less.
Okay. Weston Van Den Hazel knocks it out of bounds and going the other way. You know what? That's a term of endearment. That's
well,
how
I'm
I'll
not
take
sure
it.
if you're strong enough to crush the life out of a rodent or anything, but
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm a gentle giant. I get it. Caleb Poquette driving it in. Great take there.
Glides in there.
The definition of gliding in there. Putting it up with the right hand. Gage LeClef is doubled. And Garrett Trotter corrals it. It's back to LeClef. Three-pointer up and
And he
in.
ends the drought. 15-0 run is over from the white team.
81-72. A 9-point lead now for the gold team. Caleb Poquette pulls up and good. I did not see the gold team going on a drought, really. I mean, now look at it. It's a 7-point ball game. Dowers gets it knocked away, but Van Den Hazel recovers. Wes Reynolds throws it up
Gets a Euro step
after
there.
taking the
puts it up.
contact. Poquette gives it to Schwartz, gives it to Peters. He'll fire away. And yes,
Right
credit
where he wanted
Schwartz
it.
with the easy assist. And the white team getting some appreciation from Bob Peters. Kicking it out was Dowers, but Dieter Votberg was ready for it, and he puts it up and in with the layup. So now it's only a 2-point game.
I don't know. Clopton might want to call a timeout down there.
54-39 was the halftime score. The gold team leads it, and now they only lead by 2. Might even get it tied up on this possession. Or take the lead for the white team. No. That was Risner on the attempt. Gage LeClef driving in. Great take, and he is fouled, but just going to let him play. It's a good idea. It's the All-Star game. Caleb Poquette kicks it to Schwartz. Nice fake there, and
Puts a move on and gets to the hoop, but draws the late foul.
don't call it on one end, but they get it done on the other. So Schwartz has a chance to tie this one up. 7:24 left. Adam Schwartz, the 6'7" WF West graduate, or soon-to-be graduate.
Can't get the first to fall.
So, not this time, as far as tying the ball game. As Nolan Wasson waits in the wings to check in. Neither free throw is good for Schwartz. Boberg making another hustle play, but can't get it before it falls out of bounds. Schwartz takes a seat. Wasson's in with that smooth hairdo.
You know, him and Christian Peters dressed as a couple of like 50s, 60s greaser bikers for that goofy throwback night they had. One where everybody just kind of dressed however they thought they wanted to. And they called it a theme.
Yeah.
He looked good. He sold it. Him and Peters. Oh.
I saw him in warm-ups, and Wasson tried to go up for the dunk in warm-ups, got rim checked, but you know what? At least his hair looked darn good while doing so. Left deep three from Poquette, left wing.
That haircut, you wouldn't want to run into him outside the soda fountain, I'll tell you that.
Gold team retakes the lead, 82-81, and Gates LeClef draws the foul on the other end.
And that is the first lead for the white team since Wasson's lay-in made it 2-0, 15 seconds into the game. Could contribute something.
No,
Yeah, you're welcome.
That was a great call.
I know.
Steel trap, that memory. So it's all tied up, and the lead is short-lived for now. LeClef gives the gold team the lead. Here's Poquette driving past Reynolds, driving in, taking contact, and somehow finishing it off. Great touch there by Caleb Poquette.
And the white team is back ahead.
Just going back and forth at this point as the gold team just allowed him entry. Wes Reynolds trying to draw the foul. Getting up. And Caleb Poquette blows a layup. You rarely see that. Here's LeClef trying to get through the press. And Weston Van Den Hazel, he'll throw it down.
Throw it down, big man.
Hey, you're going to leave him wide open under the rim? He'll gladly throw it in. Caleb Poquette to Christian Peters. Looks at the rim. You knew that was coming, and it's up and in.
27, 28 feet back there. For
Here he goes.
Good advice, Bob.
Coach Bob Peters just encouraging his son, just go get another one, why don't you? Caleb Poquette, great hustle on the rebound. He got it from Weston Van Den Hazel. There is Risner, his three-pointer no good. Wasson on the hustle. Gets the offensive board, puts it in.
The white team's kind of pulling away a little bit here.
Dowers, they've certainly got all the momentum in the world. Christian Peters hustling on the defensive end and snagging a lackadaisical pass from Trotter. Deep three from Peters. No, heat check for him.
Backboard on that one.
And his father just gives him a little head shake. He'll make up for it on the next possession. Don't worry. Over the back foul call, looks like. And we're going to have some substitute, or rather a shooting foul, I guess. Wes Reynolds going to be shooting too. Reynolds at the line and off the front iron. We got some substitutions for the white team. We got LeBrandon Price and Jaron Kirkley in for Radley Risner. And
It's like a snake.
Dieter
Radley Risler, like a serpent.
Isaiah Scott and let's see, who was that? Jacob Gibbons checked in for the gold team. There is Reynolds hitting the second one, splitting the pair. So a 3-point lead now for the white team. 4:45 left. Caleb Poquette gets past Reynolds, but gets swatted from behind and gets the putback on the layup. Great left-handed finish there from Poquette. Scott almost bobbles it out of bounds, but no. Goes inside, gets it knocked away, and we got a foul call. So Scott's going to get a chance to tack on 2 more points. He's been a little bit quiet here in the second half, except for right out of the gate. But looks like he might still have that MVP well in hand.
Yeah, he should, you know. I don't know, though. If the LOT doesn't pull it off, I think you got to start looking at maybe Poquette or Peters for the MVP award.
What was it? What didn't Jerry West win a MVP despite not being the winning team in the finals? Didn't he win the finals?
Yes, there
MVP?
is historical precedent of that happening once
So
ever.
yeah,
So,
so
I mean,
no,
it
no,
could
no,
happen.
but it has happened.
It has happened.
We're just looking at the facts here. Jaron Kirkley.
I mean, Wilt scored 100 in the game, so that could happen tonight too.
Okay, well, I see your point. I see your point as Lawson misses the jumper. Kirkley ends back up with it. Peters from deep. Almost able to knock it down.
Somebody hit a free throw? What did I miss?
Reynolds? Reynolds?
Yeah, I got his. That's, whatever.
Anyway. Lawson rebounds the long one from Isaiah Scott. 3-point attempt for Brandon Price. Nope.
Oh, that could have been almost some sort of dagger. Probably not, but
A dagger for whatever it's worth. Isaiah Scott driving in the lane. And a beautiful take. Vanden Hazel recovers it and
so good
puts it
at
in.
just being taller than everybody else out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. he is very good at being 6'10".
He is one of the best I've ever seen, in fact.
How many have you seen?
Several.
No, you're not going to. I was waiting for a dig. But off the foot of Poquette goes Scott's pass. It's going to stay right there. Gold ball. 91-89. Vanden Hazel. And, you know, that's all right.
That's a
Reynolds
nice,
puts it in. Doesn't count, but it was sweet.
It was cool.
So Vanden Hazel gets fouled. He's going to the line. Or no, just out of bounds.
Well, you know, yeah, there haven't been enough fouls called at this point to put anybody in the bonus.
Wes Reynolds puts it in. He didn't get the dunk to count, but he makes up for it right there.
We got another tie. 3 minutes to go. You know, this just comes down to who wants it more.
It's all about that grit at this point. Oh, there's Wes
Oh,
Reynolds.
picks his pocket.
Showtime! And
Oh, what the?
Reynolds, after all that time, he's going
He
for all the
picked
dunks.
Caleb's pocket, and then he picked all of our pockets in that one.
Yeah, no, I feel robbed. So does Caleb Poquette. Jaron Kirkley on the other end puts it up and in. Reynolds. He's on my list now. I won't forget that.
You should be.
Weston Vanden Hazel.
Oh, Kirk looks like he got clawed in the face there. He
Weston
got hit in
Van-
the eye. Well, maybe he's tired. I don't know.
It's smart. He looks no worse for the wear. But Weston Vanden Hazel's going to get 2 shots, a chance to take the lead. for
And
the
another
Gold
chance
team.
for us to comment on just how tall he is.
Very
White.
is the end. Yeah, okay.
He's lengthy, you know.
Off the mark for the first free throw. Vanden Hazel. Curious as to his college future, if any. You figure being 6'10", there's going to be some people talking to you.
Well, you know, you were 6'10" not too long ago, and how many colleges were looking at you?
You know what? He played varsity basketball. That's the difference. And, you know, I'm 6'5", but it is what it is. Timeout called by Bob Peters is going to talk it over. His team just relinquished the lead. Gold team leads at 94-93, 2:12 remaining in this one. It's been fun. Looks like we're going to get some chalupas after all.
I should hope so.
But-
A game like this. Although, I figure chalupas for a game like this, you got to score about 150. You got to make it interesting.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily realistic at this
Well,
point.
I heard it happen
but
once, so it might as well happen tonight.
Wes Reynolds gets the steal from Caleb Poquette and finishes on the right side. Not in the way we wanted to, but hopefully he gets another chance and gets that huge Showtime jam. I figure if there was any chance for a windmill or something like that, it was going to be right there. So here it is. Peters talking some sense into the white team, and we're going to see if it worked. Probably drew up a play here. He wants to get it to Jaron Kirkley, it looks like. No? Oh, nice lob attempt, and whoa, going the other way. That's off
Good,
of goal.
but somebody, whoever that was, what's his face there, got a hand on it, kind of knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, LeBrandon Price went up for the lob, but that was off of gold ball, or excuse me, off the gold team, but it's gold ball. Weston Van Den Hazel kicks it to Isaiah Scott, who was real hot in the first half. And
Trying to do quite a bit with it right there.
yeah, somehow the gold team still has it.
The shot clock's is it even going? Not
Well, I
even
know they
going.
didn't have the shot clock on. Wes Reynolds
you
misses
know,
the
that's-
putback attempt.
Karma
Yeah.
denying us all that dunk earlier.
Here's Kirkley kicking it to Peters, left wing three. Yes.
Peters got it.
Usually when you have somebody, it makes it tough on shooters when you're just running with your head down like that. But Peters doesn't phase him. He
Peters
retakes the
is,
lead.
you know, he doesn't have any problem standing at the edge of the three-point line and waiting for somebody to give him the ball.
Firing away. Oh, Wes Reynolds almost met by LeBrandon Price, but he ties it back up. With less than a minute left, we have a tied ball game at 96.
Boy, what do you think's going to happen, Luke?
Someone's going to win this
Are
thing.
you sure?
You know, I wouldn't mind overtime, actually, at this point. Been a fun All-Star game. Jaron Kirkley showing off those sweet moves and finishes with the right hand on the left side. Here is Dowers going inside. Dowers forces the issue. Could not hit pay dirt. Here's Poquette. Here's Poquette going all the way. Cross-court
Peters,
pass.
he's open.
Peters, he fakes
he
the
doing?
jumper.
Fakes it a
LeBrandon
couple more
Price?
times.
Is Bob Peters trying to just secure this win at this point? Or are they just going to hold the ball? I tell you what, they better not leave this one at 98.
Well, they haven't really
Give me
had
100.
shot clock all night.
Give me 100 points, please. That's all I want. Nolan Wasson to inbound with 17.4 left. Still anybody's ball game. Poquette gets hit. Jeez, Wes Reynolds. Poquette gets up a little gingerly.
He's tough. He'll be all right.
That's
He's a blue-collar player from the East End. I don't know if you knew that.
five.
Five
Timeout.
seconds.
Okay, no, Bob Peters. Good call.
I was going to say, Joey, you're counting a little quick there. You got somewhere to go?
Nice coaching there from Bob Peters, who's going to draw up a play.
He's coached a game or two in his past.
Yeah, just a few. He
Won
might
once
have
or
had a
twice.
little bit of success. No, a great coach in the past. Coached the
He played
CC
for
men.
a pretty good coach in high school, too. A guy named Ron Brown. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, no, he's heard he has a decent long tenure in the state.
He's been coaching a year or two.
Oh, who hasn't played for Ron Brown?
Pretty much everybody around here has.
All right, so white team's ball, 16.6 left. And no doubt Bob Peters has a play set up. LeBrandon Price. There's Poquette inside. Looking for it, and he is fouled. They're playing to win at this point. 2-point game, I guess you might as well, but
Well, nobody really plays to lose, Lucas.
no, that's a fair point.
It's a real
But
strong take you got there.
but
They're playing
it's
to
an
win.
all-star.
Wow.
It's an all-star game.
Well, even all-stars don't like to be losers.
That's fair. Quite fair.
They are fouling,
Oh,
but they
here we
got to
go.
get a
We're
lot
going
of
to
fouls
1-on-1.
in.
Oh wait, one more.
Poquette's just having a seat over there. Talking to some Tacoma coaches. Probably here scouting. Or, maybe they're just on their way somewhere else.
Probably not.
So there's some basketball happening.
LeBrandon Price gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line. So he has the opportunity here to make it a 4-point lead and reach triple digits. LeBrandon Price, 6'2" guard out of River Ridge. Wes Reynolds, 6'4" wing out of North Thurston. Those guys have been jawing at each other all night. But look at that. LeBrandon Price misses the free throw. So 5 seconds left. Looks like my wish is not going to come true. Isaiah Scott, he gets fouled. A good foul. So 0.6 remaining, and there's going to be barely enough time for a shot to go off. You might have to just lob it up. I mean,
I think you'd call a timeout or something, Clovedall.
Throwing it up is Dowers. Oh, almost gets it to fall. But a great shot attempt there from Dowers. White team grabs this one, 98-96. Aaron, we saw a pretty fun one out here tonight.
It was a good one.
A few dunks, a lot of deep three-pointers, and really everyone just putting on a show.
It was not a bad game at all. Poquet finished at 21 points for the white team. They get the win.
You think Poquet's going to end up stealing that MVP away
He
from
might
Scott?
be able to steal the MVP. I don't know. What did Peters finish with? 6, 9, 12. Peters only finished with 15, all on threes, if you can believe such a thing.
Sounds preposterous to me, but I'll accept it. So Poquet, front runner, or at least on the winning team. So he wins the three-point competition. Wouldn't it be nice for him to take home the MVP as well? I believe.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I believe Jordan Richardson last year did the same thing. Won the three-point contest and then ended up taking home MVP honors. That boy was just firing away. So we await the announcement of the Senior All-Star Game MVP.
I don't know who they're going to go with here. Usually I've got a hand in voting on this thing, but I've got the headset on tonight. So we shall see.
We're going to take a moment here to, gentlemen, if you can have your attention to
We'll hand it over to Jerry Owens and see what he has to say.
Let's see, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and the MVP for the team tonight goes to number 2, Caleb Poquet. The team in white.
So, congratulations to Caleb Poquet. He takes home the MVP. Must be an MWP thing. I remember Kalen Dunlap a couple of years ago. He would not be denied, and he took home the MVP after winning a state title.
Well, he was another guy that, liked to shoot a lot.
So that's going to wrap it up. Senior All-Star Game is in the books. The white team wins at 98-96. Thank you so much for watching. I am Luke Kilgore alongside broadcast partner Aaron Van Tile. It's been a fun night. We hope you had fun too, and that'll conclude this season of basketball.
And I'll never sit next to Luke again.
Ever. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next season.